In a quiet village nestled between emerald green hills and a winding river, lived a humble couple, Li Wei and Mei Lin. Their small wooden cottage stood among fields of golden rice where the scent of blooming jasmine filled the air. They were not wealthy in gold or possessions, but their hearts were full of love, kindness, and a deep respect for the values of honesty and integrity. Though their clothes were simple, their spirits were bright. Each day, they worked hard, Li Wei gathering firewood in the forest, Mei Lin tending to the vegetable garden and weaving fabric to sell in the market. Life was not easy, but they were content. One cool morning, as the mist still clung to the treetops, Li Wei ventured into the dense bamboo forest to gather wood. The gentle rustling of leaves and the distant chirping of birds filled the air. As he bent down to pick up a fallen branch, something caught his eye, a small glimmer beneath the foliage. Brushing away the leaves, he uncovered an exquisite jade hairpin. It was unlike anything he had ever seen, smooth, polished, and carved with delicate floral patterns. The jade shimmered softly in the morning light, as if holding a secret of its own. His heart pounded. Who could have lost such a valuable item? Li Wei hurried home and placed the hairpin in Mei Lin's hands. She gasped at its craftsmanship, turning it carefully between her fingers. "This is no ordinary ornament," she murmured. "It must belong to someone of great importance." A heavy silence fell between them. They both knew how much such an item could fetch in the marketplace. It could buy them weeks, perhaps even months of food. But Mei Lin shook her head, her voice firm yet gentle. "This must be returned. It would be wrong to keep something that is not ours." Li Wei nodded. Though they had little, their integrity was worth far more than any wealth. The next morning they set out for town. The streets bustled with merchants selling silk, spices, and handmade pottery. The scent of roasted chestnuts and sweet pastries filled the air as townsfolk bartered and exchanged goods. Li Wei and Mei Lin stopped at several stalls, showing the hairpin and asking if anyone had lost it. Shopkeepers shook their heads, and some passers-by cast them suspicious glances, as if wondering why a poor couple carried such a fine object. But then an elderly woman recognized it. "That belongs to Lady Song, the nobleman's daughter," she whispered. "She lost it on her way through the forest. She has been heartbroken ever since." With renewed determination, Li Wei and Mei Lin made their way to the nobleman's grand estate. The mansion loomed before them, its golden roof tiles gleaming in the midday sun. Ornate lanterns swayed in the breeze, and tall wooden gates guarded the entrance. Two guards stood at attention, their piercing eyes narrowing as the couple approached. Inside, the floors were polished wood, reflecting the golden light of hanging lanterns. Fine silk drapes adorned the walls, and the air carried the faint scent of sandalwood incense. Lady Song sat near an open window, gazing wistfully at the garden beyond. When she saw the hairpin in Mei Lin's hands, she gasped and hurried forward. "It is mine," she whispered, cradling it as if reuniting with a long-lost friend. Her father, the nobleman, stepped forward. He studied Li Wei and Mei Lin with quiet curiosity. "You could have kept this for yourselves. Why return it?" Mei Lin met his gaze without hesitation. "Honesty is worth more than gold. It would not feel right to keep what is not ours?" The nobleman smiled, his eyes twinkling with rare admiration. He called for his servant, who returned carrying a heavy bag of silver. "Your kindness deserves to be rewarded," he said, offering it to them. But Mei Lin gently shook her head. "We did not do this for a reward. We only wished to do what was right." The nobleman chuckled, impressed. "Few would refuse such wealth, yet you do it so easily. The world needs more people like you." He placed the silver in Li Wei's hands. "If not for yourselves, then for your village. Use it wisely." With the silver, they repaired their modest home, fixing its leaky roof and strengthening its walls. But they did not stop there. They used much of the money to help their neighbors, buying grain for the hungry, repairing old wells, and ensuring no family went cold that winter. The village flourished because of their generosity, and their names were spoken with deep respect. Over the years, their story spread beyond their village, inspiring others far and wide. Because in the end, true wealth is not measured in gold or silver, but in the goodness of one's heart. Yet, even with their improved home and the security of food and warmth, their greatest treasure remained unchanged: their love, honesty, and unwavering kindness.